hi everyone, my name is Korp. I'm a full-time artist, but I also teach people to draw as well. So in this session I'm going to show you how to draw a character with marker pens. We're not going to use the pencils too much, it's going to be mainly marker pen stuff. All part of the New Urban Era castle projection. So any drawings that you do today are going to end up on the castle walls. So it's worth putting a little bit of effort into it because we're going to see them projected on the castle walls. Yesterday I was with another school. We drew a Nutcracker character like that. Today we're going to draw the Mouse King character like that, and it will all take about half an hour to draw that. Before we do that though, we're going to do a little warm-up exercise for our fingers. Don't panic, no star jumps or anything like that. What we're going to do is we're going to just draw some little lines, and everything we do is going to be step by step as well. Okay, so don't worry if you can't draw. You just got to follow what I'm doing, and you'll be absolutely fine. Okay. Right, let's get started. It looks like everyone's got pens now. Marker pen and a piece of paper is what you want. Let me show you where we're drawing. That's the character we're going to be drawing today. But before we start, let's do our warm-up exercise. So, one marker pen, one piece of paper. You ready to go? Just follow what I'm doing, okay? Follow what I'm doing. First thing we're going to do, across the top of our page, let's put in a bouncy line. Nice and quick and easy. One bouncy line. If it's 8 bounces across, you've gone about the right size. If you've done more than 8, you're drawing too small. So let's draw big. It's a lot easier to draw big, okay? No starting again. I saw you turn that over. Let's do another bouncy line. Same kind of bouncy line. This time upside down and inside this bouncy line like that. See, we're just drawing the same line twice. Same line twice. Let's close off the ends there like that. Let's curl those round. Same line twice, and we're getting a different thing up here. Let's draw a bouncy line again. This time let's try in a circle. That's an easy one because it just looks like a daisy, like a cloud, something like that. Try that, a bouncy line in a circle. One more time, one last time with a bouncy line. We're going to do a bouncy line in a circle, inside out. It's going to look like this. Have a little go at that one for me. So essentially what we've done there is the same bouncy line 4 different times, but we've got 4 completely different things in there. So it's worth remembering that you can do that. Okay, let's do some more drills. Zigzag all the way across. Don't think about it too much, just do a big zigzag all the way across. About 6 or 7 points to it. Do another zigzag all the way across. We're going to straddle this zigzag that we've just drawn, so it's going to look like this. See if you can do that. What about, let's try a wavy line. Stretched out, real stretched out wavy line. That's an easy one. Let's try and condense that wavy line a little bit so it's a little bit more bouncier. Awesome stuff. One more time with that wavy line. Let's condense it even more. Like that. We got that? Right. Well done, everybody. I believe art's a team sport. So just do me a favour. Just hold them up. Hold them up so I can see what you've done. Hold it up to the screen. Awesome stuff. Well done, sir. I believe art's a team sport, so it's all about like kind of looking at other people's artwork as well, not just kind of showing off your own, but look at your own artwork as well. We're going to file this away. You ready to file this away? Just wait for teacher to get his photo first, and then let's get rid of it. We don't need it. We don't need it. Get rid of it. Straight in the bin, please. Straight in the bin. Right, let's get on with some drawing now, shall we? Everyone got a pencil? You're going to need a pencil for this next bit. Get rid of that. Get rid of your drills. You don't need those. That was just a quick warm-up exercise. Go and grab your pencil. We're going to put some guidelines on first. Just a handful of guidelines on, okay? First thing we're going to do is a big rectangle from the top to the bottom of our page. Now, this rectangle is going to be the complete width of our character, okay? So let's go for a rectangle like this. Now I'm going quite dark with mine so you can see it. You want to go quite light with yours. That's the complete width of our character. Now our character is going to be symmetrical as well. To help us with that symmetry, let's just put a line going all the way down the middle. Awesome stuff. Now we're drawing the Mouse King, so we're going to separate this rectangle into sections now. We're going to have the crown, the face, the body and the legs down here, okay? So up the top, let's put a line across for the crown. Move down a bit, around about halfway down, let's put a line across. That's where the end of the face is going to be. Down again, about halfway down, let's put another line across just there. That's where the body's going to be at the top, legs are going to be at the bottom, okay? So the moment you should have that big rectangle split into 4 sections. This section wants to be a little bit bigger just because we've got the face in there. It doesn't matter if yours is a little bit different. If you've got a smaller section there, it just means that your artwork's going to look slightly different to everybody else's, which is a good thing. Right, let's do a couple more lines in there. This rectangle, this square that we've got in here, we're going to expand that. That's where the arms are going to be. So let's just bring that out, that side, bring it out that side. Expand that because that's where the arms are going to live in there. To help us with the shape of the face of the mouse, we're going to draw a curve that goes from that point there to this point here. So this is up in the head, yeah? A little curve like this. Try doing something similar on the other side. One more rectangle, and then we can ditch our pencils. From here, look, from the shoulder, we're going to go up, across there, into the other shoulder. Right, looks like everyone got that, yeah? We all good? Let's get rid of our pencil then, because pencils are for losers. Go and grab your marker pen. Go and grab your marker pen, and we're going to start putting some ink on now. Marker pen then. So we're going to start off with the crown. So let's go and let me go and zoom in there to where the crown is. That's where we're going to start, okay? Everything we're going to draw is going to be around this area. So you see this line we've got across here. We're going to draw like a long sausage shape that goes across there, just comes outside like that. Now, one of my techniques for drawing is not to bother going after smooth lines. I think smooth lines are overrated, so we're going to go after wonky lines today in our drawing. So every line we draw, we're going to go over it twice. It's called double lining. It's not about making the line twice as thick, it's about making the line twice as wonky. So it doesn't matter if you've got fat bits and thin bits in those lines. Wonky lines look better and are easier to draw. So try that for me. Let's put little circles in. One there, one in the middle, one on the right hand side. In these little gaps here, let's put some more little circles in. Up above, in this area here, we're going to put, we've got 5 circles in there. We're going to put 5 more circles, but we're going to spread them out a little bit. So let's put one here. See, it's a little bit bigger as well. Start from that center one, but then we're going to spread them out a little bit. So let's put one over here and one over here. Try to do something similar on the other side. One over here, one there. We're going to start joining these together now. So the first bit is to join this section to this section. And then those circles that we've got, we're going to join those together with some V shapes. Just capital V's, joining them all together. Now don't forget, as you're doing this, you want to be double lining everything you do. Going over it twice, making it nice and wonky. Okay, let's go and put a big jewel on the top of the head. So just there, look. Just a small curve there. Above it, a big curve. Don't worry if you're going off the top of the page. Bigger curve at the top there. Like I said, don't worry if you go off the top of the page there. Then what we're going to do is going to use these pencil lines as guides. We're going to go from there to here, but we're going to add a curve. Not forgetting to double line all the time. Making it all nice and wonky as well. The other thing to think about is intersection. So where two lines join each other like that, that is an intersection. So where this line kind of joins into this line, that's an intersection. It's usually where the shadows live. So that's why I always make those parts of the line just a little bit thicker. So every time you see an intersection, always make these parts of the lines like that, just a little tiny bit thicker. It'll hold your artwork together a lot better. Right, let's go and chuck in some jewels. So you can decorate your crown however you want. So go and chuck in some jewels on that crown. My suggestion would be just some little diamond shapes. But it's totally up to you. This is where you kind of add your own personal touch to it. Go crazy on it. Keep it simple. It's totally up to you. Copy what I'm doing if you want. If you're struggling for where to go with it, just copy what I'm doing. Awesome stuff. We've got the crown in. Let's go and work on the face. Let's do it. So we've got the crown in. Let's go and work on the face next. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. In fact, I'll zoom out a little bit so we can get the whole face in here. There's the face. It's the face area. First thing we'll do, grab your Sharpie pen. Let's go and whack in a big nose. You see the tip here? Go and whack in a big nose. Add a little reflection in the corner like that. And then colour the rest in black. Big or small as you want with the nose. Let's flick a couple of lines up. You see these curves we've got here? Flick a couple of lines up, but don't go all the way to the top. Stop when you get to about there. And you want to try and flick the pen off. If you flick the pen, what you're going to do is get a nice tapered finish to it. Right, gonna whack in some massive ears now. With these ears, we're going to start right at the top. We're going to hit this line. You see this line across here? We're going to make sure we hit that line before hooking up to the mouth there, or to the nose. Big, massive ears. Into there. Don't forget to double line it. Don't forget down here, we've got a strong intersection. So we need that bit to be a little bit thicker. Let's go and put another line, like a letter C, on the inside there. So it looks more like a mouse ear, and try and do something similar on the other side. Doesn't have to be exactly the same. Something similar on the other side. Just remember to hit that pencil line at the bottom there. Let's put a few little scruffy bits on the ear, so a little zigzag look. Little zigzag at the top of the ear there. And then these eyes that we're going to do, these are my favourite type of eyes to draw. We're going to start off with an L shape. Start off with an L shape like that. A little half circle underneath. Probably not even quite a half circle. Little half circle underneath like that. Flick a little line out here. And then add a little pupil. And try and leave a little reflection in that pupil as well, okay? That's one eye. Let's go and try that on the other side. We're just going to mirror it over. So we'll start off with that L shape. Half circle underneath. Flick a little line for a little wrinkle. And then throw in the pupil. Decide where your character's looking. If you want to have it looking straight at you, then just bring the pupil on this side. Awesome. Let's add a little crease in. So this next line, just across here, look. Across there with some like stitches on it. Stay up top here, stay quite high up here, and let's put in some whiskers. Try and have those whiskers so they flick into the ears. Throw in some whiskers. One last bit we're going to do. Remember in drills we did that wavy line, that really condensed wavy line. That's what we're going to do across this section here. So let me just zoom down a little tiny bit for you. This bit here, we're going to do that wavy line, okay? Use the rectangle as a way of kind of keeping check of where it goes. That rectangle across the top of the shoulders. Do the same on the other side, look. Don't forget to double line it. Make it nice and wonky. Just a couple of lines and then we're going to have a little look, see how everyone's getting on. So you see these bits at the bottom here. We're going to draw a line going across, but it's going to go upwards just slightly. So from the tip there, look, upwards just slightly. From the tip of this one, upwards just slightly. Same again from the tip of this one, upwards just slightly. Then at the top part we're going to do the same kind of technique, but this time we're going to go downwards just slightly. So from there, look, just down slightly. Just down slightly. Let's try and do the same kind of thing at the other side. So the bottom, we're just going up slightly. And then for the bit at the top, we're just going to come down slightly. Just to create a little bit of a ruffle. Right, how are we getting on? Let's have a little look, see what it should be like. That is where we should be at the moment. So right, do me a favour. So like I said before, art's a team sport. I believe you can learn a lot from drawing and painting with other people. So now it's time to hold up your artwork. Let me have a little look at it. Whilst you're holding it up though, have a little look at everybody else's artwork and see what they've done. See what the good bits that they've done. What happens is when you're looking at your artwork, you only see the bad bits. When you're looking at other people's artwork, you always see the good bits. So it's always worth just holding it up, taking a little look at everybody's artwork. Right, awesome stuff. They're looking great. Let's carry on, shall we? Let's carry on. We're going to go and do the. We're going to go and do some arms next. Now I hate drawing hands, so I'm going to show you a nice, neat way of drawing hands. Okay. There we go. There's our character. Grab your Sharpie again. Let me zoom in. We're going to go and put some arms in. So remember that box that we did, and we extended outside. So we've got these two bits here. This is where the arms are going to live. Okay. First thing we're going to do, let's go and stick in a sausage shape just here. See how it's inside this rectangle on this side? Right up in the corner there. Stick in a sausage there. Let's stick in another sausage. This time it's going to come out the side of that one just past the pencil line and back in again. So it's like a capital T on its side. Don't forget to be double lining these. Don't forget to be making the lines wonky. You'll soon notice if you haven't done it, because you'll have one line looking nice and neat and the other's looking wonky. Everything's got to be wonky. Let's go and put the shoulder in. Shoulder's going to look like this. It's going to go into that ruffle. Flick a couple of lines up here. Make it look like there's a bit of a crease, a bit of a gather in there. Underneath, let's throw a bouncy line in. There's our shoulder pad. Now the reason we've done this pencil line in is so that what we can do down here is put in like a little bracelet. See how that first circle is straddling the pencil line? That's important. Once you've got that, let's go and draw this line first, going into that bracelet. And then, are you ready for the hand? With the hand, what we're going to do is we're going to follow the bottom of that rectangle round. Going to follow the bottom of that rectangle round, but we're going to kind of squircle it a little bit. So rather than having corners in there, we're going to just round those off a little bit. So from here, look, down, round it off a little bit, across here, round it off a little bit, up there, and then back in to about there. Just use that, round it off a little bit. That's a fist, so we're going to make it look more like a fist by putting two little lines there. Just flick up a couple of little lines there. Let's throw in a thumb as well, just here. So throw in that thumb. And then one last line. One last line. We're going to join this up to the side of that. Nice neat way of drawing hands. Let's go and put some gloves on this character. Let's go and put like a couple of lines across there like that. Gives us something to colour in. Okay, you ready to do the same on the other side? Exactly the same on the other side, just going to mirror it. Now don't worry if you made any mistakes or anything like that. They'll all kind of get lost when we finish the artwork. Let's go and start with the sausage shape just here. That was the first bit we did, yeah? In this rectangle on the side where the arm is, up in the top corner, little sausage. That's our first stage. Second stage is another sausage coming out the side of it like this. Then we're going to go and work on that shoulder pad. Remember how the shoulder pad kind of came out the top of that sausage, or the tip of that sausage, and just kind of hit the ruffle at the top here? We're just mirroring what we did on the other side. Flick a couple of lines up just here. Make it look like it's a bit more gathered fabric. Then let's move down underneath that sausage shape. Let's go and put a bouncy line in. Throw in that bouncy line. That's the shoulder sorted. We're going to go work on the wrist now. We're going to symbolise the wrist with this bracelet. So around about here, first little line is a little circle. It's just going to sit on that pencil line. It's going to sit on that pencil line. Then draw another circle just on the inside of it, touching, like that. Then one more circle. just there. So we've got 3. So it's going to look a little bit like a bracelet. Let's join the shoulder and the bracelet together. We're just going to go straight over that pencil line. Don't forget to double line it. Nice wonky lines. Then my favourite bit, the hand. So if you remember, we're going to go round the bottom part of this pencil line. We're just going to squircle it off a little bit. So we're not going to go right into the corners. We're just going to curve those off a little bit. Then when we get up here, we're going to flick the pen towards the bracelet again. So from there, look, squircle it there, curve it around there. As you get near the top, just flick it in towards the bracelet again. Where are we? Oh yeah, we're going to stick in. So we're going to put 3 fingers in by flicking in 2 lines there for the knuckles. We'll throw in a thumb. The thumb is just going to stick out here like a little D shape. Nice and easy with the thumb. And then we're going to join in to the shoulder section from that part there all the way down. So we've got ourselves an arm. This arm's looking a bit buff. I've just noticed there's a bit of a curve there. It's looking a bit buff compared to this one. Never mind. Let's go put these 2 lines that we've got in here. Put those in over there as well. Awesome. That's the arm sorted. Let's go move into the body next. Now when we do the body, the first thing we're going to do on the body is go and throw in a massive belt buckle just here. So what you want to do is just 2 squares. So round about here, look, big square. And another one inside it. Don't forget to double line it all. 2 squares. Then look at that inside square. That inside square is the actual belt part that's showing through the buckle. So that top line from that inside square, we're going to go past the buckle and we're going to bring it all the way to the edge of the pencil line. Same with this bottom line, just bring it all the way to the edge. Same on the other side, so just look at that the top part of that inside square. Make sure your line is about there. And the same with the bottom line as well. So we've got ourselves a nice belt in there. Let's colour the belt in black. Leave the buckle white, but let's colour the belt in black. It's always good to have a little bit of contrast in your artwork. So there you go. So 2 either side of the buckle, and then the square on the inside. For the rest of the jacket, we're going to keep it really, really simple for the rest of the jacket. You can see above the belt line, you can see 3 pencil lines just poking out there, there and there. Let's just go over those pencil lines. We've got one there, one there, one there. So that bit, and that bit. Three lines going up, one there, one there, one there. Nice. Let's put some, I don't know what these things are called, but they're like little buttons that are kind of joined together that are going to go across here. So what we're going to do is 2 circles this side, 2 circles that side. 1, 2 over here. 1, 2. Of course, double line them, make them nice and wonky. Then we're going to join those together. Join those together like this, with a little bar going across. And so that it doesn't look like this line is kind of messing up those bars, we're going to put some more lines going top to bottom like that. So now it just looks like a bit of rope that's holding those two buttons together. You can make those buttons look more like buttons if you want. Put some dots in them, put another circle in them, whatever you want to do with that. I'm just going to put a little circle in. I like to keep things simple. But you do whatever you want to do with those. Let's go move on to the bottom part of the jacket. We're going to take a little line from here. We're going to curve it out towards the fist here, okay? So from the buckle, centre of the buckle, we've got a pencil line in there to show us the centre. Curve it out. And the same on the other side. Now you might have, depending on the positioning of your belt, you might have, you see this little bit here, I've got a little gap just there above the finger that leads into the belt. You might have little gaps like that. If you have, just join those bits in so that everything is held together. If your belt, like on the other side, if your belt goes behind your finger, that's fine, you don't need that bit. But just to make sure all that jacket is kind of joined in together now. Awesome, we're ready to put in some shoes now. We're on the last stage of this drawing. We're going to throw in some shoes. Down the bottom here, we've got two legs already, so let's go and put two soles in right at the bottom. Should we do both sides at the same time? This is the sole of the shoe, so it's like a rectangle. A little bit curved on the edges. That's the sole of the shoe. Then what we'll do is we'll add in a D shape, a couple of D shapes. It's going to look like a capital B that's fallen on its back. This is going to be the toes. One side to the other, look like that. Use the pencil lines as a guide. Let's put some buckles on these shoes. Same way as we did the belt buckle, we're just going to do half of it. So one big square, one little square inside. Same on the other side. Big square. We'll turn these into boots. We'll turn these into boots by doing another line. We're going to come up the side of this pencil line. We're going to jump over where we get to roughly the kneecap and come down this line. So watch this. Coming up the side. When you get to where the kneecap will be, go all the way across and then down the other side. Same on the other side. Finish off the outside legs. See these pencil lines we've got going up the top here? Let's go and ink those in. Inside leg, we're just going to put a capital T. In there. There you go, that's what your piece should be looking like now. We are going to add a few more bits, so we're going to personalise it a little bit. We're on the home straight now, so like the last 5-10 minutes, we're going to personalise it a little bit. So let's go and start at the top, work our way down. Now, feel free to copy what I'm doing. Feel free to add your own flavour to it, whatever you want to do. One of the things I like doing is adding like little quote marks and hashtags into my artwork. So anywhere where there's like fabric, you want to put quote marks and hashtags. So like in the top of the crown there, I want that to look like it's a bit of felt. So I'm just going to put a hashtag, make it look a little bit more like fabric. Maybe put a little bit in the jacket here as well. Little hashtag. Maybe have the boots actually look like they're a bit beaten up. Little hashtag in there as well. And again, without thinking about it too much, just go and throw in some quote marks. You know what quote marks look like, just two little lines together. Just find a space and go and throw in some quote marks. Maybe up in the face we want to add a few spots. Add some spots wherever you want. I always like doing little tiny black spots around the eyes. But maybe we can put some bigger spots in the ears as well. Don't think about it too much, just go and chuck them all in. You can go crazy, go with loads and loads of dots all over the place if you want. It's totally up to you. This is your artwork. Now, one thing I like doing in fabric to make it look more like fabric is doing like dashed lines. So what about a little dashed line down the bottom here? Maybe throw those dashed lines in anywhere else in this fabric that you think is going to look okay. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. Artwork is all about doing something individual, something that nobody else has tried before. So try do something that nobody's tried before. If it looks good, keep doing it. If it don't look good, don't do it anymore. Art is as easy as that. So we're just throwing on loads of details here. Now, one thing I want to show you as well, which I always think looks really neat with a piece of artwork, is adding a power line. It's something an artist called Uh-Oh taught me. A power line is just where you go around the outside edge of your character with a big, thick, black line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the outside edge of this side so you can see what it looks like. And then you can decide whether you want to put one on your character. You might already have decided that actually, yeah, you like a power line, you want to go for it. So feel free to start this bit. Feel free to wait and see what it looks like, because not everybody likes it. But for me, what this does is this, anybody who's looking at your artwork, it kind of says this is the outside area, this is the bit to focus on. Anything within this big black border is the bit to focus on. So you see how we're just thickening it all out? It's like a triple width line. There you go. So you can see now what one half looks like with a power line, the other half without a power line. To me, it just looks a little bit more finished with a power line. So I'm going to continue that. You decide what you're going to do on yours. But definitely just spend a few minutes personalising it. Maybe you want to put some more fur sticking out. Little V shapes in the skin here. Always looks like fur. Scruffy bits of fur, look. So this is like home straight, so it's worth taking a little bit of time over this bit. This is just one of those rules with all the characters that I draw. I always put a power line on. If I can't think what else to draw, then I know that a power line always works for me. Maybe just colour in this bit, look, under here, just above the ruffle, make the ruffle stand out a little bit more. And of course, if you've got some colour pens, you can go and add some colour with it as well. What about a little shadow? Shadow to down the bottom to make it look like our character is standing there. Little ellipse shape like that around the bottom feet. There we go. And I think we are just about finished. So last few seconds on your piece. So this has been a Doodle with Korp session, brought to you by New Urban Era. Don't forget your artwork is going on the castle walls, so put in some effort. One thing I will say is, because the artwork's going on the castle walls, don't forget to sign your artwork, yeah? Now don't sign it in pencil on the back, really small. Sign it in pen on the front, really big, so everybody can see it. Sometimes the biggest part of my artwork is my signature. Of course, if you don't like what you've done, just put somebody else's name on. Nice and big with your signatures so everybody can see it. And I think that is a finish. Obviously you guys can go and throw in some colour as well now the session's finished. But let's just have one last look at everybody's artwork. So if you remember what I said before about art being a team sport, you can get a lot from actually drawing and painting with other people. Mainly by being inspired by what their work looks like. So you'll always see the worst bits in your own artwork. You'll see the best bits in other people's. So it's always worth looking at other people's artwork and being inspired by that. So one last time, when you're ready, if everybody could just hold it up to camera so I can have a little look. So Sir can get a couple of photos. Best faces on. That's looking awesome. That at the front. Nice work, mate. At the back, let me have a look at the one at the back. Fantastic. Brilliant stuff. Got a couple more at the front coming up. Loving that wonky line. Wonky line at the front there. That's looking great. Awesome. Another great one at the back there. Fantastic. I can't wait to see these. So all you need to do now is just make sure you send these. I'm sure Sir will send these over to New Urban Era so they can get them on the Castle Projection project, okay? Right, I'm done. Unless anybody's got any questions, I'm going to shoot. Thank you, guys. No worries. I'll see you soon, okay? Take care, everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye.